I was feeling this sort of modern country influence on this record, Woman Like You and Tailwind, a couple of other things, and I was wondering whether you guys had been listening to that or thinking in that terms, or was modern country being influenced by what you guys did? It's hard to tell at this point.
That's the big question, right?
Modern. No, I don't listen to that, so I don't.
I mean, if you want my personal opinion, if you listen to modern country music, it sounds like '90s rock and roll.
Yeah.
And so, and I don't mean that in a derogatory sense, but like, it sounds like '90s rock, and we were dominating '90s rock radio. So, which came first? Which, I don't know. But I've always, what you're probably hearing, is that I've always, from the very beginning of my career, written with people from Nashville.
Ah, right.
And because country music and blues they kind of go hand in hand. Their origins are somewhat similar. They tell a similar story. They just have a little bit of a different spin musically on it. But blues, rock and roll, country, it's all related. And so from the very beginning, I wrote with people from Nashville for one reason, because country music always tells a good story. Like traditional country music generally tells a good story. And so I was always a fan of storytellers, and so I wanted to tell stories in my songs. But the other thing is that the country songwriters, all they do is write country music all day long, every day. To some degree, it's like a factory, and they have 3-hour sessions, and it's like there's a format, and like you get a song from start to finish, and it's done in 3 hours, no matter what, and you're on to the next thing, and it's like, so that's not what I do, but these guys are dying to write music besides country music, because that's what they do all the time. So when I would go to town, and I'd be like, hey, man, I want to write some songs, and they're like, oh, Wayne Shepard's in town, he wants to write some songs. People are like, hey, let's do it. Let's write some blues. Let's write some rock and roll. And so, I found people that I worked really well with, and we've had a really great career writing together with a lot of these people. And I'm still finding new people. Like on this album and the last album, there's some people that I wrote with for the first time, and still doing a good job. But you're going to hear some of that maybe to me, it's really in the phrasing. On the last album, there was a song, Hard Lesson Learned, and we even put like a lap steel guitar on it. And some people were telling me, well, maybe that's going too far. But I'm like, no, it's perfect for this song. That was probably the most country-influenced song that we've ever done. But what you're hearing in Woman Like You, it's just the phrasing. It's like one thing that modern country music has is they have this real catchy kind of phrasing, and they're really good at hooks and little subtle things that stick in your head. So in Woman Like You, in the chorus, it goes, give me that, sunshine, love, or whatever, and it's just repeating that phrase twice is so magical, the way it can just make it stick right in your head. So we use little tricks like that are very successful in modern country music, and we bring it over into the rock and blues side of things, and it brings a breath of fresh air into the blues genre.